Eric, what did you think was the key to your success tonight? It looked like you were really aggressive. Was that part of your plan for the evening?
Yeah, I have to do that every game, and you know, it's all about bringing something to the table, offensively, defensively, every single night, and give yourself a chance to win.
PJ Tucker had several key offensive rebounds at critical moments of the game. How important was he to tonight's win?
Man, we say it all the time. Tuck doesn't do any of the glamorous stuff. All the stuff he does doesn't show up on the stat sheet. We say it all the time, but it's always nice for other people to get a chance to see it and appreciate it. He could easily be one of the most valuable guys on our team just because of the way he plays, you know, and he plays hard, and it forces you to do the same.
Hey, guys, over here to your left. James, how different were they defending you after Clinton was able to get some early baskets, after you guys were able to stretch their defense? It seemed like you were able to maybe keep them a little more honest around the rim.
I don't know. I was just being aggressive. I wasn't really paying attention to how they were guarding. I was just in attack mode, trying to be aggressive, whether Clinton was in the game or we went small. So I think that was the mindset for all of us.
A question for any of you three. How important is the small ball lineup to what you do? And tonight you guys had a lineup out there where you played 4 guards with Tuck. What can that lineup do for your team?
I think no matter what lineup we have out there, we have to have a defensive presence. They're so good, especially offensively. You make mistakes, they make you pay for it. So no matter what lineup, whether it's Clint, whether it's Nene, whether it's small, 5 guards or 4 guards and Tuck, like you gotta make sure you communicate. You gotta make sure that you're into bodies and be physical, and that's what it is. That's our, that's what we preach every day.
How important was it to get the easy buckets in the paint, considering they were suffocating you on that 3-point line?
Yeah, I don't know if that was easy.
That ain't easy.
Like I said, just you got to be aggressive. You can't, if you're timid or you're not aggressive, good things won't happen. So you just got to be aggressive, take your shots, get to the basket. When you get to the basket, 3-4 guys come, you got to make the right play, whether it's finish or kick out. So I think all of us were in those positions a lot tonight, and for the most part, we did a pretty good job.
James, how much was this just about the kind of determination and urgency that you guys talked about for a few days? How much of getting a win tonight is about that?
And that's what it's about. That's what it's going to be about. And we've preached, like even the first 2 games, we've beaten them 6 out of the 8 quarters. They've really gotten off to really good starts. Even tonight, we didn't get off to a good start, but I think we picked it up. And defensively, we were engaged every possession. We still made mistakes, which is going to happen, but once they scored, we got the ball out and went right back at them.
James, did it feel like you guys as a team kind of got that swagger back tonight, that intensity you have to win this, find a way to win this series and do what you want to do this season?
You have to have it. Like, if you don't have it, you might as well beat it. That's what it is.
Over here to your left, for any of you three, what's the biggest key whenever you're trying to weather that Durant storm after he hits 4 straight contested shots? I mean, what's the biggest key? Send extra coverage or just trust that you can contest?
Man, if y'all don't know already, KD tough. You know what I mean? At that height, relax. That height, you know what I mean? You got to try to make him as uncomfortable as possible. But just try to make it tough on him. Try to make it tough on him. Try to make him use more dribbles or whatnot. And as we keep saying, in order to beat them, playing hard ain't enough. You got to play smart. If anybody at home watching the game or watching them play, whenever you mess up, somebody hits a 3. So we just got to keep communicating and try to get the right guys shooting shots. You know what I mean? So when KD's out there, we're going to continue to make it tough on him, but hopefully we get the right guys that we want taking shots.
Mr. Gordon, how important was it to see Clint Capella coming out, being so aggressive tonight?
Yeah, it's much needed. You could just tell the past 2 games he's getting better, more aggressive, protecting the rim. He had a big block early in the game, and we definitely need he needs to have a good presence, and he has to be forceful. So it's been good.
Chris, a couple questions. One, you talked the other day about, you said you need to be more aggressive. Is this what you were talking about?
Yeah, I was real aggressive. I got 8 shots up.
So you were talking about scoring.
Nah, man, it's funny because the way that we play, when Gordy got it going like that, it's not just about shooting the ball. It's about putting pressure on the defense, picking up the pace. And a lot of times I'm trying to exert my energy on the defense You know what I mean? Trying to make it tough on Steph, you know what I mean, or something like that. But we got a real team here, you know what I mean, where different roles are filled, and the way James and Gordy had it going on, I don't care how many shots it means as long as we win the game.
How big was what Eric did tonight?
Gordy tough, man. I think sometimes we got more confidence in Gordy than he got in himself. You know what I mean? For real, because he has unlimited range. You know, when you kick it to him and he 5 steps behind the three-point line, that's like a regular shot for him. Everybody else be like, wow, we used to it. And he can drive and he can defend, and you know, we just really appreciate him around here.
James, I know you're probably tired of talking about this, but considering how they still look, were your eyes affecting you or bothering you at all tonight?
What do you mean how they look?
You look crazy. We love you, though.
Got a lot of girls.
Good game, boy. Got a lot of girls.
I'm good.
He's sick, man.
He's sick. Bother you at all tonight?
Nope.
Sick,
I'm good. I can see.
He's sick.
Chris, talk more about Austin Rivers and Iman Shumpert tonight. Their contributions off the bench.
Man, it's crazy. Like we talk about in this series, it's not about trying to outscore them. You got to be able to defend. And Shump coming in the game was huge. He made some big shots. But Austin, I say it all the time. We've been teammates before, but I just trust him. You know, it's nothing like having a guy on the court with you that you trust, and you know they're gonna try and do the right things defensively. And it's crazy because AR made some big threes, but it's the defensive end where I really trust him, and I know he's gonna play hard, and I know he's gonna make the right decision. So that's huge for us to have somebody else that can chase those shooters and those scores.
Chris, how important is it for you guys to get into your sets as fast as you can and attack early in the shot clock?
We got to do both. We understand who we are. We know we isolation, and you know we pick on guys and we do threes and stuff. But at times when we can push it and not let their defense get set, because they load up. They're a really good defensive team. So we try to mix it up. You know, we want to push it, make some misses, and then we want to play our game too.
Chris, the defense on Steph, he missed a couple of big shots in the last few minutes. Was it defense that you guys were playing? Did you know he was going to try to take them? What did you do?
I don't know. I got to watch it. Steph tough. You know what I mean? I've guarded him a ton of times now. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I got to look at it. You know what I mean? Obviously a great shooter or not. So you gotta be smart. Be smart and just make it tough on him.
Thank you.
You sick, man. Come on, man. I can't believe it.